This is N-Scale Layout update number 41. I would notice when I was running these two locomotives that periodically one of the couplers would come loose and fall off, causing the locomotives to uncouple for the train. And I really didn't know what the problem was, but I had occasion to partially disassemble one of the locomotives recently, and in the course of putting it back together and fooling with the couplers, I noticed that the coupler housing on a couple of the couplers was about a 32nd of an inch thicker than some of the others, and that 32nd of an inch caused the clasp that fastened the couplers to not lock down properly, so eventually they would come off from vibration. So I swapped out the couplers for thinner ones, hoping that would solve the problem, but then I noticed that the coupler on one of the locomotives was a bit higher than the other, and that meant that any bump in the track would cause them to uncouple. But I did look at it closely, and I found out that the shell of the one locomotive was not quite pushed down tight against the frame, so when I pushed that down just a little bit tighter, the couplers lined up. So now I'm hoping that these locomotives are good to go, at least for a while. One of the advantages of an N-Scale layout is that you can put more layout in a small amount of space, but that creates a disadvantage that all the problems are smaller and harder to find, and it creates some interesting problem solving on occasion. Let this go onto the siding here. There's one other thing I wanted to show you real quick. Got this other coal train here, and we'll let it run around. I've got to swap out this turnout. The thing I like about this, I just think that those coal cars are so cool. Stop it for a minute and see if I can. And you can see on that last car, that's a Rose. That PGX is a rental car for a Portland coal company, or a lease company, I guess. Anyway, I just really like the design of those cars. The red with the rose, I think, makes it real attractive. So they're my favorite coal cars, and I've got quite a few. Unfortunately, I can't run a long coal train on this layout, but I can run a small one every once in a while and enjoy it. So let's see if I can stop them and see if I can get a better close-up. My hand's in the way. And I think you can see the rose there. Anyway, they're just my favorite coal car. I just think they're much more attractive and interesting than the BN or BNSF or Union Pacific coal cars. Anyway, that's the N-Scale layout update for this week.